Testing 1 2. Hey 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 hey. Testing 1 2. Test 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 test. Hey hey hey. Why are you getting nothing? Are you getting? 1 2 1 2. Hey hey hey. 1 2. We're at Ellen Road. Just testing the microphone. Hey hey hey. This under 23's game v Barnsley coming up. 1 2 1 2. Looking pretty nice up at Thorp Arch. 1 2. Hey hey hey. Test test. All good. Decent.
at Thorp Arch. Leeds United host Barnsley in this game. And of course, played each other a good few times last year, being in the same Northern League as each other. It's contrasting form, though, for a change. Leeds, of course, haven't been faring too well. 4 defeats, 2 draws, no win in 6. That's last success coming against Watford. Disappointing last time out to Derby County, that 7-1 defeat, but a strong team name today for Leeds as they look to get back on track. The positives for Leeds, though, is that they do have quite a few games in hand, some as big as 3 on some of their rivals around them. And of course, if Leeds get back to the way we know they can play, it could well be another title charge is on the cards. For Barnsley, won 3 of their last 4. They've beat Birmingham, Sheffield Wednesday and Crewe in recent weeks. 6 points separate the two. So win today here at Thorp Arch would be just what Leeds need to try and turn the tide back in their favour. We'll run you through the two teams. Leeds go with Majacek, Stuick, Casey, Cresswell, Douglas, Hosanna, Jenkins, Hernandez, McCarran, Edmondson and Stevens. The bench for the Whites, Turner, Galloway, Berardi, Gotts and Huggins. And for Barnsley, they go with Davison, Hurl, Gagan, Pash, Fielding, Barnett, Motley, Henry, former Leeds youngster Clark O'Dore, Wallerton, Martin, Wilford and Simmons. For the bench for the Tykes, it's Widdop, Sang, Winfield, Ward and Lancaster. And as you can see, just a slight delay to what we believe would be a 12 PM kickoff. The handshakes are done and now they're swapping sides. So Leeds from left to right in that traditional white kit. Barnsley wearing blue today rather than red. Kalmazek made some good saves the other night in that game against Derby. On what was a rare off night, it's something that we've not seen all under at all, should I say, under Carl Colbrand's reign. So confident that's just a blip, and Leeds can get back to their best form as Edmondson gets us underway in this 23's Professional Development League game, as I say. Expecting that back 3. Cresswell started on the bench the other night. It was Casey and Pascal Struick, and Leeds will build out from the back. Great to see Bryce Hosanna, by the way, back on the ball. A couple of injury problems he's had to deal with over the last few months. But every time he steps back into the fold, he's looked equally impressive as those that have been playing week in, week out. As Leeds put the pressure on. By Douglas to add some experience at left wing back today. Barnsley just fire that ball out for a Leeds throw-in. Love the day at Thorp Arch. A little bit crisp, but good conditions. Of course, as always, on this main pitch here in Wetherby. I do feel that Leeds perhaps need just a gentle start into this. They were already under pressure in their last game. And of course, if they can just set the tempo, ease their way into the tie, be much more of a confidence boost for them. Leeds just knocking it around the back. Back to Majacek. Good work forward. Jenkins well kept in by Hosanna, and great feet from him. We've seen this a few times throughout his campaign, how good he is at getting forward. Tries to release Edmondson. Barnes under immense pressure. They've done okay to clear it only as far as Hosanna. Edmondson tried to lay the ball off to Stevens. It's just a little bit too far away from him. Struick picks up the pieces. There's Douglas. Straight down the line. It's a very powerful pass. No offside flag. It's good work from Leeds. Into the box it comes. Edmondson was just expecting another couple of passes before it came in, so he's a bit flat-footed, and it remains goalless. out from the back. Jenkins making that run to try and kickstart things in midfield. Struick in possession, down the line, finds Douglas. He in turn tries to go down the line once more. McCarran chasing, and McCarran manages to ride the challenge, and now he can try and pick out Edmondson. Right-footed strike into the corner. Brilliant goal from Leeds, and it's just the start they needed. Liam McCarran played a bit more central the other nights, now on his familiar left-hand side of midfield, and inside the first 5 minutes, Leeds take the lead, and that's a beautiful finish from Ryan Edmondson. Really good, opens up his body and fires into the corner. Good work from Struick as well, just to release Douglas. That's a really good ball as well. Patient from McCarran, and just nice and simple. Edmondson peeling away. Barnsley giving him a free shot. And Ryan Edmondson does not need an invitation at this level from there. And good pressure, forcing the mistake. Bryce Hosanna getting a word from the coaching team. That one should just settle the nerves. As here is Casey. He's the middle man of the back three. Back to Majacek. Someone needs Manador gets it, and of course, for any of our fans listening, we know what he can do. Played a number of different positions, left back, left midfield, now centre midfield for Barnes. They played there for Leeds as well, so cannot give him a moment's peace. He's got to be always pressurised. Stevens knows that too well and pretty much gives the free kick away. Advantage played. That's what Leeds need to do, though. Sticks really tight to him. As here is Wilford. Woolerton. Barnsley trying to play some expansive football, quick one-touch stuff, but played the ball straight out for a throw-in, and Leeds will take that. Another chance to just regroup, reset, and build from the back. Great crossfield ball to Struick, to Jenkins now. McCarran nips it, and that should be a free kick to Leeds, and Barnsley were quite fortunate that the right back Kagan brought down Stevens because he was going to latch on to that mistake. Back to Casey. Leeds caught out. Struick's pass to Jenkins a little short. Barnsley coming forward. They do well to stay on their feet. Majacek's incredibly brave. Ball's going to fall at the edge of the box, though, as the shot's blocked again. It's going to fall to a couple of Barnsley shirts. Now Leeds need to regroup and push out. Cresswell starting that, as it is with Barnett. Leeds do really well. Cresswell fighting for every ball. And Hosanna just tells him to calm things down. And it's good work from Cresswell. Great block as well at first from Casey. And now Hernandez in possession, and the magical right foot of his goes crossfield to Douglas, and McCarran. Leeds looking to play pretty wide today. Edmondson looking back from McCarran. He's found him queuing up at the back post. It's just going to be deflected away from Hosanna. Good defending from Barnsley, needed to be. Stays at 1-0. Hosanna's back heel just a little wayward from the skipper. forward. Leeds have to force Motley Henry wide, which they've done so through Struick. Shot comes in, takes a deflection. I think it was always going to travel wide, but Majek didn't know that, so that's why he dived so theatrically to his right. Header comes in, Struick gets there to put the pressure on, Majek comes out, and it's a up and under cross. Just taking a deflection out of play. The corner to Barnsley incoming. Fired back across goal, Struick trying to get the deflection. That's going to fall to Hernandez, who wins a throw-in inside the first 10 minutes. Don't forget, back to first team duties this weekend. Luton Town, the opponents. And don't forget, if you're hoping to watch that game, available via Beanback at Ellen Road. Get your tickets, still some available. And what should be a good day as Leeds look to keep pushing up towards the top of that championship table. Struick again. He's got Jenkins. There is Majek in possession. Stevens, McCarran's trying to chase it, gets there, takes a deflection. Just going to be kept in play by Barnsley. Leeds throw in. McCarran's looking sharp so far down the left. Hernandez. Pass was a little short, but not many had come to offer him an angle. Good work from Cresswell, great speed. Back to Majek just to allow Leeds to reset, and Majek does the right thing to ignore Casey, who was under pressure, and now Jenkins on the ball. Great turn from Stevens. Looks to try and thread it through for Edmondson, who was trying to run the channel. Hazana flies in. Potential free kick there from Hazana on the number 6, not given, which is good news for Leeds. It was Pash that was thumped to the floor. Cresswell wins the next header, and he continues to impress at the back for the Whites. The under-18 star from last year, stepping up, playing above his age group. Charlie Cresswell had a good start to this 23s game. Cresswell back to Majek. Majek's pass is short, put Leeds under pressure. Now he has to get back in goal. Shot comes in, saved by Majek, recovers. Still not fully clear. Here is Simos, and his layback is towards Struick, and Pascal will deal with that. But Leeds just need to try and sharpen up there at the back. Barnsley are in a good position for a reason. Top quality youth side for the 23s. Can't be giving them chances like that. Jenkins shows some good strength to wrestle one of the Barnsley players free. Then he wants it back. And as we've said a few times, seen a lot of Jenkins playing different positions, and he's looked good in a number of them. As Hazana's beat the offside shot, now goes across looking for Edmondson. Not enough power on that. Barnsley will get it clear. Here is Barnett. It's up to Simos. He's going to fall into midfield, and now a chance for Martin to bring it forward. He worked it to the right. Leeds have to try and get back. McCarran's doing just that, and he is just going to usher that ball out of play. Leeds still leading by a single goal to nil. If you're just tuning in to LUTV, it was Ryan Edmondson's strike from a McCarran cross around the 4th minute that separates the two teams. Work from Edmondson. That could be a head injury now, though, so referee's going to stop proceedings, and rightly so. Make sure the Barnsley man's okay. Douglas, game resumes, and ball whipped across. Douglas went early for Edmondson. It's just going to be a tad too early. It'll trickle out for a goal kick. McCarran in possession. He wins the free kick. Bit of a double team effort, both from the front and the back. So good position this for Leeds. And as you can see, Hernandez making his way to no doubt talk to Barry Douglas about this set piece. Floated in straight into the hands of the keeper. Davison Hale, too easy for him. Barnsley through Clarkador will bring it out of the back. Edmondson again putting the pressure on, but Barnsley back to Davison Hale. Here is Pash. Put under pressure. Edmondson judged to have fouled his man. Didn't seem to be much in it, but the fact it's from behind perhaps tempting the referee. They've taken it early. Simo's in possession. Back to Barnett. Jenkins always stalking. Cresswell flies in. Referee gives the free kick, and well, Cresswell's adamant that was a dive, and did look to be a little theatrical. It's a dangerous position this for Leeds to defend. Barnett to the far post. It's well over Pash's head, and Struick will try and dispossess him. Marzek, good hands. Barnsley cover to make sure nothing quick can be taken. Casey now is the option just in front of the keeper. Leeds just a little unsettled last 6-7 minutes, making a few errors. Of course, on top on the scoreboard, which is what counts, but they'll like to maybe find their groove a little earlier before half-time. Majacek scoops it up into the air. The wind has caught hold of it. Struijk misses the header. Simo's in possession. Queuing up at the back post, and far too much power, and Leeds get away with one as the subs begin their warm-up. Confident play from Jenkins into Hazana. He will carry it forward, so confident in possession. Edmondson tried to backheel to Stevens, who will really put the pressure on, and that's going to go all the way out, and Leeds, if they're quick here, can start a counter. Stevens just for a second wanted to take it quickly, not to be. Hernandez. Edmondson is the target. With him out of the box, Leeds need to try and cover. Great pass from Hazana. Hernandez once more tries to ride the challenge. Leeds give the free kick away, still 1-0. Need to clear their lines. Hazana to take this throw in. Lots of movement, yet to pick his pass. Hernandez back to Hazana. He'll now bring it forward. Edmondson laid off to the left, and Hernandez finds Douglas, reaching the halfway point of this first half. McCarron, great run from him. Now can he draw the foul? He will draw the tackle, and he'll win a corner. Again, much more suited to that left wing role. Hernandez swings that ball in, missed at the near post by Leeds. Good work from Douglas. Hernandez, shots blocked, handball appeal from Douglas. Hernandez's shots blocked. Douglas appeals the handball, nothing given. Free kick is given though to Barnsley, which Douglas rather smartly stands on. Could well actually get a card if it's further downfield, but not to be in this 23's game. Hernandez back to Cresswell. McCarron's going to try and get onto the end of that loose header. Davison Hale clears. Struijk on the left. Hosanna once more. Back to Cresswell. He's got Jenkins in front of him. Casey to the side, but he's going to go for the ambitious pass towards Douglas. Just gets caught in the air. Not enough power. Hernandez will get onto the end of that. Just can't generate enough power either to find Edmondson, but he looked to be onside. Free kick, and looks as if Casey had won a little bit of the ball there, but not enough according to the official. Everyone behind the ball in a Leeds shirt. Shot comes in, it's blocked again by Leeds, good defending. That's going to ricochet quite nicely into Barnsley's path though. As Casey fires it away. Edmondson again trying to wrestle the ball away from Barnsley, but just can't do so. Smart defending from Cresswell, just doesn't draw the foul, but clears deep into Barnsley's half. Work from Hernandez, good first touch, good pressure, forced a mistake, and Hosanna picks out Stevens, who's playing a bit more central today. Leeds is three of McCarran, Hernandez and Stevens, swapping around a little. Jenkins kicks the ball against one leg by accident, but Stevens goes to recover. A reminder, of course, with some of these first-team players in action today of the bench. It's not often they'll do the 90. Turner, Galloway, Berardi, Gotts and Huggins. Edmondson can't stop Pash breaking out of defence. Centre half goes with an ambitious ball. Too much. Majacek will take this goal kick. Jenkins now through the middle. Casey. Leeds just starting to be a little bit more in control. Not as worried at the back. And now Hosanna is going to get to this. Keeper realises and backtracks. Hosanna had time and perhaps didn't realise he's gone for the cross. He slipped as a result. A bit of rustiness there for Bryce Hosanna. Not played much for the 23s this season. Stevens is late, and that's going to be a foul and could well be a card, really. Referee wants to speak to him. It was on Martin, the Barnsley number 7. Leeds draw the foul, much to Barnes' disgust. Here is Casey. Around 15 to go. Strick. Back to Majacek. It's decent pressure from Barnsley. They are trying to force the error from Leeds. Well, the counter Leeds, of course, looked so good with that first goal. Stevens had so many options. He went to find McCarron. Douglas lays it back to McCarron, who shoots to goal. It's spilled by the keeper. It's going to fall back towards the edge of the box, and Barnsley get away with it. Douglas pulls the shirt. The Barnsley man made sure the referee noticed. Perhaps too many options for Leeds. Couldn't pick the right one, but again they've coughed up possession. Barnes on the edge of their own box, that time a little further wide on the right wing. Back to Majacek in goal. Crucial that Leeds keep this lead until half-time, just to allow the coaching staff to give them that boost. They've certainly got more goals in them by the looks of things so far. It would be such a morale-boosting win as well. Closes the gap with Barnsley, who are only 3 points off the top. They know they've got games in hand. Don't forget, Forest just the other week was called off. That's now Friday the 20th of December. As Hernandez finds Struick. It's a ball to Douglas. He's looking for Edmondson, who will try and bring it down. Lays it off, in fact, to Stevens, who strikes. Good save from the keeper. Powerful effort from Stevens. Registered a shot on target, which is what was needed from there. Didn't put too much to smash it over the bar, so real positive for Leeds, as this time Hernandez wants a free kick, nothing given. Casey will cover. Back to Majacek. Here is Jenkins. Got enough awareness about him to turn and drive Leeds forward again. Hernandez over the top. Stevens again in that 10 roll. Tries to round the keeper. He does. He's got Edmondson in the box. Hazana's bursting at the back post. He'll look for Hazana. Good defending from Barnsley. Great work from Leeds. Good football all round. Hernandez inside. Hazana again. He's looked so dangerous at right wing back. He turns. Clark Adore. Perhaps a little fortunate with the ball. The bobble of the bounce. Here's Douglas. Stevens again. Offside flag goes up, and Leeds denied. Great bit of pressure though for them. I'm sure Bryce Hazana will have a word with Clark Adore. Former teammates. He turned him inside out there. Good hold-up play from McCarron. Leeds wanted a free kick, pardon me. Douglas gets it. Pings the ball over the top. Stevens is offside. It's not often we've seen Jordan Stevens through the middle of the park. He has got tremendous pace. Mazek will catch it, but yeah, Stevens good with both feet. Can adapt to that 10 roll. Could be very dangerous for Leeds for their 23s team. Of course, Matthias Burgess normally in that jersey. Douglas down the line. McCarron will chase, and again, speaking of speed merchants, he's on the ball. With Douglas, tries to turn inside. He's a little bit unfortunate. Stevens now in the battle to hold up Barnsley. It's out towards Simos on the far right. Again, good pressure from Stevens. Referees his advantage. As here is Pash through the middle. Barnett's pass just about gets to Simos. Across is Casey and Cresswell, and they do well with Jenkins, and it's a good touch to give himself a bit of space. Nearly makes one Barnsley player fall over, and that's tremendous work from Jenkins. Good touch from Stevens. Now, can he get it to the left? It's just about dealt with by Barnsley, who do well. It's a good play on show from both sides, in all fairness. It's a close match, but Leeds still lead thanks to that Edmondson strike. Edmondson is just not going to be quick enough, and still work hard though to put the pressure on. Great communication from Leeds there, telling Struick he had all the time in the world. Now Casey on the ball. Great play again from Hernandez. What a pass to McCarron. He's got Douglas now on the inside. He swings the cross in. Goes for a second bite of the cherry to the far post. It'll fall for Stevens. He'll strike for goal. And it's sat into the trees behind. Unfortunate for Stevens. McCarron really has had a great first half. Stevens central. It's McCarron, Douglas, back to McCarron. Stevens still lurking. The referee has actually now finally spotted the offside, which did come a little late. Risky pass, as Hazana just can't read it. To the final 10 minutes as he burst forward. Good touch from Casey, it was needed. And Hazana no panic despite trotting on the ball and nearly giving it back to Barnsley. He dealt with it. Much calmer play from Douglas to Struick to Casey. Barnes' front three certainly trying to push Leeds' defence for the first half. Whether they can keep this up in the second remains to be seen. Hernandez rise the challenge of a couple of players. Referee says no free kick. Struick comes across and immediately cancels the danger with one tackle. Great pass. Wants it back, and talk about leading by example from Pascal Struick. Karen. Jenkins to Hernandez. Out to Douglas. Barnes' pressure certainly dropped off the last minute or so, allowing Leeds to just find their groove a little. Cresswell back to Casey. Here is Struick. It's now fired over the top. It's a really inviting ball from Cresswell to McCarran, but he'd stepped offside. Back to Davison Hale. Fizzed across, headed up and away by Casey. Douglas puts his foot through it to clear. Clarkador back to Davison Hale, and Barnsley will restart from the back. Again, Leeds marking pretty tightly, limiting their options for Barnsley. Douglas, referee, does give the free kick. So it will be once again everyone back behind the ball for the Whites, who lead 1-0. A reminder, Luton Town at the weekend. The game available via Beanback at Ellen Road. Get your tickets for that. Ball across the near post, and it's headed over. Good job for Leeds. Mazek was troubled by that, and it will be a corner. Mazek, good punch. Great hold-up play from Jenkins. Hazana down the right, that's a strong tackle. Barn to get the throw in as well. Over the top, Edmondson will chase, so will McCarran. Leeds hoping for a corner here. Fabulous touch from Hernandez, looking for Stevens. It might fall back to Hernandez. That was surely handball. Referee says nothing in it. Hazana again. Crossfield to Douglas. Back to Hazana. Not much width for Leeds. Hazana was trying to make it himself, but gives the ball away. A bit rushed. Again, Barnsley will pose a threat on the counter, but for that pass. And that back three, solid once more. Give the ball away, but Leeds showing some good signs at the back. Minutes or so until half time as Martin gives the ball towards Barnett. Barnsley trying to roll Jenkins with Simos. Struick to cover, puts his foot through it. And the referee has decided that that is enough for the first half. So good performance from the Whites. Goal from Ryan Edmondson early on in the first half really settled things down for Leeds. They've shown glimpses on the counter. They've also been a lot more solid at the back. It would be a massive win this for the Whites. Second half commentary to come on LUTV shortly. Well, a warm welcome back to LUTV's coverage of this 23s game. We have had 3 changes at the break. Huggins, Gotts look to have replaced Hernandez and Douglas, but we'll confirm in a second for you. Gaetano Berardi's also come on. So Carlos Colbrand playing his hand early. Referee seems to have caught up with the changes. And we're back underway. Leeds lead by a single goal to nil. Thanks to Edmonton's 4th minute strike. Looks like it's Casey that has stepped further forward. Kakador is fouled by Stevens. Looks like it's Bryce Azana that's the other change. Taken quickly. Barnsley bring it under control. Stewart gets a touch to it. Jenkins cuts across as well. Here is McCarron. Needs to try and release this ball. He's going to carry it as far as he can. He's fouled. Pretty much on halfway. By the looks of things, Robbie Gotts has gone to left wing back. We have a back 3 of Cresswell, Berardi, Struick. Casey stepped up into midfield. Jenkins has gone right wing back, and Huggins has gone to play right of midfield where Pablo Hernandez was. So definitely a mix around. Could well take Leeds a good while to get into their groove and get used to their new positions. But as always, for Marcelo Bielsa's plans down the youth ranks. Players need to play a number of positions to make it. One ball forward. To Majacek. Berardi to Casey. Cresswell to Berardi again. So Leeds steady away. Start the second half. McCarron tries to get to that ball. Berardi slides in, takes a deflection off his leg. Cresswell fires it away. Here is Clark-Adore in midfield. Stevens putting the pressure on. Not the best pass, but Leeds just don't have enough numbers forward. work from Struik. Wins the throw-in. Gots to Baradi. Leeds get the throw in, which Struik looks like he's ready to take. Struik goes to retrieve it. Leeds take the throw in quickly. Gots will chase. Cleared away again, and Leeds offside. In fact, don't get the nod from the throw-in. This offside flag goes up. Out again for another throw-in. Into Gots now. Barnsley wanted a free kick. Gots through midfield. Little shimmy. Tries to thread it through. Perhaps just showed too much to the Barnsley man. It has been a slow start to the second half from both sides. Headed up and away by Craswell. Edmondson's offside. Stevens isn't though. Through the midfield he goes and it's into the net. Fine goal from Jordan Stevens. There's the speed we've been talking about all first half. Great vision, great awareness to latch onto it, and Barnsley fell asleep. And Jordan Stevens capitalises to fire Leeds 2 goals ahead. Fantastic work from Stevens. Takes all the credit himself. Around 52, 53 minutes the goal is marked at. The Leeds now sitting comfortable in this game. But have to stay alert. They can't afford to slip up. As we keep saying, it's such a big win this considering the run. Struik battles away. It's tenacious play from Clark-Ador, the former Leeds man, as Martin gets it on the left. Headed back in by Baradi, heads away, and it will be a Barnsley corner. But as I said earlier in the first half, if you're only just tuning into LUTV, Leeds have a number of games in hand on some of their teams around them. They're 6 points behind Barnsley before this, so this of course reduces the deficit. Some teams have played 12 games, though, as Leeds with Struik, it doesn't hit his hand according to the official. Ball back in, headed away bravely by Casey. Stevens, he heads it to McCarran, who shows great touch again. He's managed to get it to Stevens, a bit lucky, but Leeds will take it. Stevens through the middle is Gotts now. Can Gotts stay on side? He looked to have done so. Fires home anyway, but that's a tight call. Great attitude, as always, from Robbie Gotts. No real complaints, just gets on with it. But Leeds carving them open for the second time in this match, in the second half, should I say. That's a strong tackle on Niall Huggins. Leeds get the throw in. Isaac's pass is too strong for Baradi. He apologises, but Leeds have to make amends from this throw-in and try and hold up play. Casey wrestling, still can't dispossess Barnsley. Over on the far side, straight into touch. And Barnett kicks the advertising, where the wood advertising boards would be, should I say, kicks the fence round the side in frustration. Out towards Huggins, who's yet to grow into the second half. That's some run to make your mark. Now he goes out towards Edmondson, who's going to stay on side. Needs a good first touch, gets one, shoots, and it's going to be deflected just wide. Frustration for Edmondson. Corner to Leeds anyway. But more good work on the counter. And Leeds hopefully can build from this set piece. Gotts has gone across to take it. We've got McCarran, Struick, Borardi, Edmondson, Casey, all in a little huddle. It's low and hard. It's to Stevens, who tries to go low. Barnsley totally left him unmarked. Rather risky strategy, considering he scored the second goal. Barnett's turn gets him away. That's a poor pass. Leeds get the throw in. Sitting comfortably 2-0 up here, thanks to goals from Edmondson and Stevens. Back to Majacek. Here is Struick in midfield. Little turn to Borardi. Leeds just trying to lure Barnsley in and make a bit of space. Cresswell, though, gives the ball away. Leeds have to watch out here. Martin, shot comes in, and it's going to be just tipped past the post by Majacek, and Leeds, a little bit like Derby, just guilty of giving the ball away on the edge of their own box. Majacek comes to the rescue, though. Floated to the far post. Struick jumps up, does enough to put Pash off. work from McCarron. Down the left he comes. Clarkador nudges him off the ball but concedes a throw-in. Nearly 15 minutes into this second half. A reminder of the clash against Luton Town on Saturday. Will be available via Beanback at Elland Road. If you haven't got your ticket for that and want to watch the Whites, do get involved via the club website. Here is now Huggins again. Great speed, and do feel he could be the next to break into this 23's side on a regular occurrence. A little bit late to pass it to Jenkins, so he's flagged offside and he'll make his way back to right wing back. Game finally allowed to be resumed. A long ball forward. Isaac to Baradi. Here is Struick. Long ball over the top. McCarron to Chase. Gets to the loose deflection. Delays the pass. Dribbles back inside. Goes down. That's a good tackle from Clarkador. Huggins to Gotts. Gotts is just dispossessed, but well retrieved by Casey. Ryan's the challenge. It's going to fall to Leeds again. Huggins to McCarron. This is good work from Leeds. Little cut back. It's going to bounce to Gotts, who will still fight. Dribble his way into the box. Still Robbie Gotts. Left-footed strike. It's going to be deflected and Clarkador will bring it away. Leeds queuing up on a number of occasions there and they concede the goal kick. But much better this from Leeds. Got the intensity back about their play. Davison Hale takes the short goal kick, and no idea what he's planning with that one, but it's good news for Leeds. Just kicks it straight into touch. With Casey to Jenkins. Here is Huggins once again. Stevens on the edge of the box. Here is Stevens. Stevens works the 1-2. This would be lovely if they could finish it. So close. Keeper comes out to rescue Barnsley. I think referee said McCarron's fouled somebody in the build-up there. He looks as perplexed as I am, but game goes on. Casey with a bit of an air kick. Probably a good job because he could have really hurt the forward. I think we've had a change up top for Barnsley. Looks like the number 12 Sang has come on. Could well have replaced the number 9 Wilford, who did very little. Leeds get a free kick. McCarron is fouled and he's fast becoming one of, if not the standout player for Leeds today. Ball over the top. It's nearly well weighted to Edmondson. Just thought it might bounce in his favour. Free kick to the visitors. Here comes Clark-Adore. We know what he can do from his time at Leeds. Stevens does everything to get back. Struick puts the block in towards Martin, who will shoot. And if the rest of Barnes' shots are like that today, Leeds will take it 2-0 up. Plenty of time in the second half to go. Ball forward. Majacek dives on top of that and thwarts any danger. Jenkins gives the ball away, but Casey comes to rescue possession and just spare his blushes. Here is Gotts. Jenkins again. Huggins goes through the middle. Stevens tries to latch onto the end of that. Has looked good through the middle today, Jordan Stevens. And Leeds get the throw in. Casey to Jenkins. Down the line it goes. Edmondson stayed on side, now into the box, heavy touch. Looks as if he tried to turn onto his left and it hit his leg rather than turned inside. Gotts down the line. Pass from Struick to him wasn't the best. Leeds will concede the throw-in. Midfield is Wollerton. Pash goes long. Huggins has got work to do to get back as Barnett tries to create a chance for Barnsley. Here is Simios. Simios tries to dribble his way into the box. Casey will put his foot through it. Concedes the corner, but necessary tackle, and Leeds can defend from here. Header towards goal. Majacek looked to have it dealt with, but needed to double check. Fielding with the header over the bar. Bit of a warning sign for Leeds. Berardi to Gotts. Gotts, his pass is poor, and Clark-Adore latches onto it, wants the 1-2. Adore now, Berardi. Simmons has the shot, Majacek will save, and Gotts apologises to his teammates. It's not often you see Robbie Gotts make any mistake, never mind one with a pass. Leeds 2-0 up if you're just joining us, taking a few risks here from the back. Berardi digs it out of his feet. Stevens. Edmondson. That's a good turn from Edmondson. Goes to find Huggins. He will turn back on his inside. Needs a bit of help. Casey is the man that offers it. That's a really nice pass to McCarron as well. McCarron trying to dribble past his man. He stood up. Doesn't look to be a free kick. Leeds forced the error. Here is Casey. Needed a shout there that Berardi wasn't available. Berardi helps him out by smashing his way into the tackle. Great feet from McCarron. Even better ball to find Gotts. Now Gotts has got Edmondson in the middle. He tries to pick him out. It might fall to Stevens. Barnsley will clear the danger. Again, Liam McCarron really caught the eye today. Here is Cresswell. Down the line to Edmondson, who's offside. He'll shoot in frustration. Another close call. Leeds still 2-0 up. Barnsley player goes down here. Looks in a bit of pain. Plenty of Leeds players coming across to get a drink and a few tactics updated to them. See if they can go and get a third. Barnsley player back on his feet. Clarkador to take the free kick. Sang down the line, takes a deflection from Berardi. Throw into Barnsley. Back to Simmers. Deflected into Leeds and in particular Majacek's hands. Cresswell to Jenkins. Down the line, searching for Edmondson. Nearly forces the error. Wallerton. Jenkins and Stevens pushing up for Leeds. Good work from McCarron again. Fantastic work defensively this time. Cresswell. Edmondson. To Jenkins. Over the top. Edmondson looked onside. The right back was a little bit lazy to get up, and now Edmondson towards the box, draws the tackle. It's a good one. At least it'll be a corner to Leeds. Gotts across to take it. Gotts swings it in. Free header, Struick off the line. Just about by Martin. Struick from there would feel he should have scored. That should be a free kick to Leeds. Awful marking from Barnsley. Pascal Struick just couldn't head it home. Leeds give the ball away. Simert again. Clark-O'Dor. Gotts tries to fly into him. He uses the tackle to try and get a bit of momentum, does Clark-O'Dor. Such nifty footwork, and Leeds have to watch out. Header at the far post, and I think Liam McCarron does enough just to put off the right back because he looked to be trying to head it home. A little nudge. Another nudge there, and now he tries to put the pressure on. Got Struick. Leeds have to watch out. It's Fielding trying to get back and push up for Barnsley. Good work from Leeds. Gotts in particular and Struick. Berardi to Struick, and here is Casey. Robbie Gotts on the ball. Gotts gives the ball away. That's a tackle from Berardi. It's going to be a card, I think. I certainly want a word with him. In fact, it might be for Casey saying something, pardon me, in back play. Yeah, the referee just warning Casey for his conduct. Waterton stood over this. Trying to catch Majek out, who just steps back to collect rather easily. Berardi to Struick. Here is Gotts. Stopped by Clark-O'Dor, but only for a throw-in. Here is Berardi. Clark-O'Dor, this seems to have been pushed up to the number 10 position for Barnsley. Here is Huggins. Back to Berardi. Leeds still in command. 2-0. Clean sheet had been massive as well for the Whites. Casey. Cross field. Edmondson's pulled wide, looking for a teammate. Huggins nearly gets it. Another throw into Barnsley now. And again, still do for Leeds though. No pressure on them. Edmondson, great work. Needs to make sure he doesn't draw the foul. He doesn't, but Clark-O'Dor has got away from Berardi. O'Dor towards goal. Struick. That was a touch on the ball, was it? Referee said not, and that looked a good tackle from Struick. Referee trying to explain it to him. Don't think, no matter how many times he tries, he'll understand. So Leeds have to do some work defensively. Struick was adamant there, he won the ball. Looks like it's Barnett to take. Leeds is four-man wall. Edmondson, Cresswell, Jenkins, Gotts. Jenkins tries to put the pressure on. Referee's going to get his card out. So Jenkins into the book. Barnett does step up. Majacek, good save. Really good stop from Kamal Majacek. Up and over the bar. Concedes the corner, but great reactions. Corner to come. Berardi heads up and away. Stevens, a little unfortunate. Good work from Huggins. Berardi goes across. Edmondson does it as well. Barnsley trying to force him to go backwards. He's lost out. Barnett's got it. That ball hasn't gone out of play. Berardi takes it forward. Jenkins now will come from right to left. Lays it to Struick. Struick will go take it further forward. McCarran. Pascal Struick just goes out of play. One of the only things that McCarran's done wrong today. Barnsley have sent on number 16, Lancaster. Brought away by Pash. Decent ball. Good tackle from Struick. Ador. Up towards Simos. Berardi. Could be a free kick. Nothing in it, the referee said. Berardi forward. Superb touch from Stevens. Evanson nearly offside, so Stevens will wait. Good feet. McCarran looks for Gotts. Not enough on it. He'll retrieve the rebound. Offside. I'm not really sure how that can be offside, if I'm honest. Trying to work out if I've just seen something different, but we have to play to the referee's decision and his whistle, so we move on. Fielding back to Davinson Hale. Ador. Flicks it back. Good work from Cresswell. Huggins. Bit of a hospital ball to Jenkins. Puts too much on it. Now bound to come through the middle. Here is Sang. Ambitious shot. Straight in towards Majacek's hands. Had more time than that. So Leeds will benefit. Here is Casey through midfield. He's done well with that change of position. Playing the number 4 midfield role. Edmondson. Good work from Gotts. Berardi. Edmondson's offside. Here is Jenkins in the middle of the park. Carries it forward. Looks to go down the right to Huggins. Gives it away. Leeds have to get back now. Barnsley are coming forward in numbers. Simos is onside. Ador's in the middle. They're still coming. Good work from Struick. Covers nicely. Here is Gotts. Stevens. Huggins is having his shirt pulled. That should be a free kick. Good spot from the ref. Barnett protests his innocence. 5 or 6 minutes to go. Good pressure from Leeds. Stevens on the ball. Might go for goal. Left footed strike off the post. So close. Jordan Stevens. His move's not over. It is now as Martin brings it away, but mentioned earlier how dangerous Stevens can be with both feet. Showed it there as Leeds worked really hard in defence to go and cover and win a throw-in. It's been a much improved performance. So much better than they have been recent weeks. Leeds deserves to go in for Stevens, who's had a terrific game. Coming up to a busy time of the year. There's still 5 or 6 games to go for Leeds before Christmas. The season could be totally changed on its head should the results improve. As we keep saying, games in hand, which is vital. That Forest game the other week cancelled due to the waterlogged pitch, delayed until the 20th of December. Here is Edmondson. Berardi. Strick. Gotts. Gotts will go through the middle. It's a good ball. Here is Jenkins. Out towards Huggins. He might fancy a strike. Could have gone for it. Stevens will. Into the hands of the keeper. Karen misses the flick on. Jenkins. Casey heads clear. Perfect for Leeds. Barnsley try to play it out from their own back four. The time is against them, as is the scoreline. That's a good turn from Lancaster. Struick nips in. Strong as an ox. So strong, so powerful. Commentator's curse, he's just passed it into touch, but defensive duties were spot on. Simo's rise the challenge behind Tang, and that's perfect again for Leeds. Behind for a goal kick into the last minute or so of the second half. Don't want to jinx it, but of course Leeds look to be on their way to their first win since the middle of September. Gotts. Here is McCarran. Struick penalised for a foul. Berardi launches it clear. Keeper will be put under pressure by two Leeds shirts, Stevens and Edmondson. Berardi heads up and away. Huggins wasn't offside. Bit of head tennis to himself. Here is Simos again. Clark-Odor tries to cut it back. Great defending from Casey. Not just once, but a second time. Referee looks at his watch. Huggins inside. Leeds might have time for an extra for a third goal. Jenkins. Great engine as well to keep going. A bit of a short pass. McCarran flies in early. A bit risky, but he gets away with it. Nearly slips. For me, man of the match by a mile today. Liam McCarran keeps going. Still going. Cross to the far post. Headed away. Casey was aiming for Gotts. Jenkins comes across and lets that ball go out for a throw-in. Stevens, great confidence, tries to thread it through for Edmondson. He might get there, keeper comes out. Over on the far left, strong tackle by Cresswell. He's had a cracking game as well. Berardi, Huggins, Stevens, who's another potential man of the match candidate. Jenkins has played well, has a Struick. Been really good this from Leeds today. Back in action next week as well, next Monday. Struick back. Leeds now taking no risks, don't want to concede, don't want to give the ball away. There is Struick again, over the top. McCarran springs the offside trap, wants an overlapping run. In fact, it's got, should I say, now McCarran. Turns his man back to Gotts. Struick. Gotts again. Referee's had another look at his watch. Cresswell. Everyone's offside for Leeds, so it goes out for a throw-in. Barnsley turn away. Edmondson. One last little bit of pressure. Barnes big out from the back. Jenkins falls over. Referee says play on. Good tackle from Casey. He's defending bravely. Determines so much of their play going forward with a bit of hard work ethic. Bit of class as well in the final third, and they've held firm so far. Can't switch off here. Barnsley will continue to fight until the last minute. Higher in the table, shot comes in towards the far corner, and there's another warning sign for Leeds. Well, that's never took a touch off a Leeds player in a trillion years. But the corner's given. Unless I'm seeing something different. Majacek was nowhere near that. Gets a touch to it. Well into stoppage time now. But that is the end of the game. Leeds get back to winning ways. First win since the middle of September, and boy did they deserve it. Fantastic performance to respond from the defeat against Derby. Like that, it takes a lot of credit to the coaching staff and the players. Ryan Edmondson opened the scoring in the 4th minute with a lovely tap-in from a McCarran cross before Jordan Stevens latched onto a ball and beat the offside trap. That's all for our 23s coverage. Don't forget first team action on Saturday. The 23s are back on LUTV next week.